Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, the Ballon d'Or has been cancelled, man.
It has been cancelled. There is no winner for Ballon d'Or 2020. Baz, could they not just flown out the prize someone now? Could they not done a virtual one? Although, in saying that, did you watch the Champions League and the Europa League draw live?
No, I actually missed it.
Oh, the fella who was doing it kept going, we're going to get Atletico Madrid's reaction now. Crickets. They couldn't hear a word. It was like, we're going to cut back to Chelsea. It's like, crickets. I was like, how did they get it so wrong?
Wait, what happened?
As in, the presenter was trying to talk to all the representatives from each club, and I think 3 out of the 12 clubs left, their audio worked, and the rest just didn't work.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Well, that's who were the people representing the clubs? Because some of them might be older and not have a clue, you know.
Yeah, but surely the social media person from their club or someone from their club should set them up, if you know what I mean, and should be tested. The presenter should have been like, Ross to Juventus. It's like, here. Ross to Real Madrid. Here. It's like, you know what I mean? And it looked like a waste of time for some people because Atletico Madrid had Koke there and stuff like that. Some people had players. Some had I'm just gonna say Man United, for instance, would say had, I actually can't remember who that, but it would say that Quinton Fortune there, so he was probably doing nails that day, so it was grand. You know what I mean? But some of them, these people took up their time. Real Madrid had 5 people sitting there, and they said nothing because they didn't hear anything, and it was terrible. So my idea of doing the Ballon d'Or virtually, it would have been congratulations, Lionel Messi. It's standing by. And you probably see him there, doing keepy uppies with the trophy.
Yeah, he's probably not even looking.
Yeah. So it probably doesn't work, but I feel like they still could have just picked a winner
For Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I agree. Why do you think they're just cancelling it altogether? Because as you've seen,
none of you are the best.
Yeah, but as you've seen with so many other sports, they're no, we're finishing out these seasons. To just be no is strange.
Yeah, maybe it's because some of the teams, just say Mbappe in France, they finished their season, so maybe they think, oh well, that actually hinders him winning it because he played less games and they've got to see less of him. Maybe that's the only reason I can sort of suffice about.
Yeah, but also they're still in the Champions League. True.
It's a bit of a strange one. I also think the Ballon d'Or is a strange timing to give the trophy as well. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel I'm never too sure on when you're graded from, if you know what I mean. I feel that's not clear for people either, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's not from the first, everything you've done from the 1st of June to the, 31st of May the following year, that's what you're graded on, you know what I mean? and then people have a clear calendar year, you know what I mean? When it's yes and no.
Yeah, because there's the World Player of the Year as well, and then it's the Ballon d'Or. So
and then there's FIFA's the best award.
Yeah. What's the next one?
The Energized Awards.
Coming next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so here, look, it has been cancelled. Ross, we may as well pick, or who do you think, who would be your top 3 to get on the podium?
You're absolutely right, Barry. Ballon d'Or have cancelled awards, but Energized have not. We are bringing you our very own Ballon d'Or right now.
Yeah, get your face on the screen then before you do it, will you?
Man, stop giving out, will you?
Get your face off.
You. People don't want to see me. They want to see you, man. You're the face of the show. So
I'm the voice of the show. You're the face of the show.
Oh, God bless us. So for me, I am going to say
start from third.
Top 3.
Start from third.
Number 3, Virgil van Dijk. Led Liverpool to a Champions League final. They won that, and then also led Liverpool to a Premier League title this year. Brilliant. Number 2, Sadio Mane. What a player. Same as Van Dijk, but I felt he scored some very big goals at some very crucial times. And number 1, the Ballon d'Or winner in 2020, Robert Lewandowski. He scored 51 goals in 43 games this season. For me, that's absolutely sensational. His goal scoring record at Bayern Munich is undeniable. 160 odd goals in 190 games. I just think he maybe doesn't get the plaudits for it. German football maybe isn't as shown over in the UK and Ireland, but he seems to be a man on a mission, and he's incredible. I think it would be a shame if his career was finished and he didn't pick up one of those awards.
Well, loads of players have finished their careers without winning one. Like, it's been a long, long time in the Ballon d'Or list since someone has dethroned Messi or Ronaldo. Obviously, bar Modric in 2018. But like going back the last 10 years, so 2019, Messi won it, then Modric, then Ronaldo, Messi, Messi, Ronaldo. Kaká then won it back in 2007, Ross, this is 2007. That's back when you were using fake IDs to buy alcohol and cigarettes and drugs. But
man, I never smoked cigarettes ever. So what about the drugs and the alcohol? It's like, I wasn't denying them.
There are plenty of police watch this show, so let's keep this PG.
Yeah.
But if you've never done drugs as well, make sure to like and subscribe and let us know in the comments who you'd pick. But also, by the way, shout out to my dad. He was watching one of the shows and he was like, "You're cursing too much." But
very rich
come from rich. But okay, so my top three, I'm gonna go third, Cristiano Ronaldo, just for what he's done in the Serie A this season. He's also, after setting a record as well, become the first person to score over 20 or 25 goals in the Serie A in God knows how long. Second, I'd actually go for Robert Lewandowski, but I would have liked to put him first, but like, because I like to put attackers first, you know, it's just scoring goals is one of the hardest things you can do in the game. And then I'll actually have to go number one, Virgil van Dijk. I think that's after cementing it now, just because from watching Man U and seeing how much they make a mess at the back, that how important it is to have a rocket at the back. Even looking back at when we had Rio Ferdinand and Vidic, you just expected every team to defend as good as that. But Virgil van Dijk, the second he came in, he made them automatic contenders to win a Champions League. Got to one Champions League final. I know you're not meant to look over the previous years, but since he's come in, what he's done, got them to a Champions League final, got them to the last day of the season to win a league. They obviously lost both of them, but then the following season, Champions League, they won it. League, they've won it in the space of a year. It's he has to be commended for that, and he's the best centre back in the world, and right now the best player in the world.
Yeah, he's definitely
how good?
It's undeniable.
How good is Virgil van Dijk, Ross?
He's like the janitor, you know what I mean? He's always cleaning up, you know what I mean? He is absolutely. He's a phenom. I mean, although I do see a lot of stats sometimes, but like you can always obscure stats. And, you know what I mean? I like stats, but you can always sort of obscure stats that I was like, oh, Harry Maguire made more clearances this year. But like that's obviously because Man United were in more defensive positions this year than Liverpool were. And then sometimes they take like his stats and they take Vidic's prime stats and like Vidic was better. You know what I mean? But in terms of complete defender, like he's 6'4", he's comfortable on the ball. Like he can flick the ball over an attacker's head, no bother to him. He has it all, really. He's probably once in a lifetime defender, really. And his physical presence and his like calmness that he brings to the team, it makes the rest of the team around him be so much more confident in their own abilities.
Yeah, very true.
And I don't know if he is or not, but like in my opinion, he's like vice captain of Liverpool. He's almost like the real captain there going forward, because like put it this way, like if Jordan Henderson left or something happened to Jordan Henderson, like Van Dijk is like the go-to guy.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely brilliant. And he's changed that team, and he scores goals as well, which is, I mean, what more does that fella need to do?
In certain ways, I'm almost disappointed Liverpool out of the Champions League, because I'd like to see Van Dijk against, you know, Ronaldo. I'd like to see him against Mbappe. I'd like to see him against the players who doesn't really get to play against week in, week out.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are the sort of the challenges I want to see him up against.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And you can tell that we're not biased here by doing that. But like sometimes we can be biased. But like when you see pure class, you have to commend it and be appreciate it as well.
No Mane or Salah on your list, Basmo?
Just because Liverpool has sort of dropped off recently, it's hard for me to pick them.
In fairness, I do always think with these sort of awards, like you almost pick what's hot at that moment in time.
Yeah.
Like I remember Gareth Bale won Premier League Player of the Year one time, but he was actually winning it because he was like running amok in the Champions League against Inter Milan.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure his Premier League performances don't actually warrant it. Or like Ryan Giggs won it 1 year after playing like 11 Premier League games. It was just like, he's never won it. He's been great this year. He deserves it. You know what I mean? So there always has been a nostalgia. I know you were saying that like, oh, you got to the Champions League final the year before, but like everyone loves a story, and that was part of Van Dijk's story. That like he got to the Champions League final, he lost it, and they came back the following year and they won it.
Yeah, you wonder how hungry he is now. He's going to be for the next few years, and I can just see him being gorging on the Premier League for the next couple of years as well. He's too expensive to leave, and also it's not really worth anyone's while to sign Van Dijk for like over 100 million, because he is 28, 29. It's you know, I mean, same sort of thing with Koulibaly. Is Koulibaly worth 100 million? But if you have a problem like that, maybe it is worth it. But you know the way Real Madrid are, they want to buy another striker, another attacker. You know.
Yeah, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I wouldn't pay 100 million for a centre back, but I'd pay 100 million for someone who puts the ball in the net."
Yeah, but they also have Ramos and Varane there at Real Madrid as well, so they don't really need it. And they just won the league. Shout out to Real Madrid. But Ross, this is a funny thing going down, because pre-COVID Ballon d'Or winners, Messi, Ronaldo, they're over the fireplace.
Their legacy.
Yeah, but over the fireplace. What's the thing over the fireplace?
The mantelpiece.
Mantelpiece. Their mantelpiece is filled with Ballon d'Ors and the rest. But now, when we're coming out of a post life of COVID, there's going to be a new winner. So people are actually when we get older, we're going to be like, pre-COVID, Ronaldo and Messi were the goats, and now post-COVID, who's going to take on that mantle? So there's the question to put to you, Ross. Who do you think over the next 5 years is going to really step up? Because as we can see, Messi is having a terrible time with Barcelona.
Well, I do think that's slightly unfair. A lot of people are saying Messi's having a terrible time, but I think Barcelona are having a terrible time. I don't think Messi individually is having a terrible time. I feel like the rest of the team aren't playing to his level.
Yeah, well, I'm also looking at it from the angle as well. He's 33. Ronaldo's
35.
Well,
like it's not going his way at the moment. But like he scored 23 goals and 20 assists this year. You know what I mean? Like he's as good as anyone in the world. You know what I mean? And people are like, he's doing shite this year.
Yeah.
He's really not. He's actually as on fire now as he ever has been. Just more so, the others around him aren't chipping in where they need to chip in. They need an overhaul big time, Barcelona.
I think Barcelona are playing with Messi and they're just so in awe of him. They're like, this fella is a god. He floats, he walks on water, that you're almost staring at him and then he's like, here, hurry up, make the run.
I don't know, probably not, but I'm sure when they arrive, there's that moment.
I think the younger players are definitely like, oh my god, this is the Messi.
Yeah, but I think they'll be able to impress him though. They'll try, and because that new young fella Ansu Fati, he looks very, very good. And Messi assisted him at the weekend there, and he scored. And straight over, to make sure he gave him a big hug afterwards. I was like, of course you will be.
Yeah, of course he actually will be. Yeah. That's the photo for him over his over his fireplace. Mantelpiece.
No, he has a recurrent video playing of the assists.
Flashbox and Bebo.
Yeah.
But Ross, who do you think? Who do you think? Like, if you're going to give us, you can give us 3 players that you think over the next 5 years, you think will win the Ballon d'Or.
I think Kylian Mbappe is like a very easy one to say. He is easily one of the best players in the world as we stand at the moment, and I think each year at PSG now he's scoring more and more goals. Also, if PSG can lift the Champions League this year, who's to say he won't win it next year? Another I'm going to say is Haaland at Dortmund. I don't think he'll win it playing for Dortmund, but if he gets a big money move in 2 or 3 years' time to another team that can potentially win the Champions League, I think he is in with a show.
Over 5 years? Over 5 years?
Sorry, the next 5 years. Well, he need to move within the next 3 years to sort of have a year or two at the new team.
Okay.
And then the final one I'm going to say is actually Raheem Sterling. That Man City team is absolutely brilliant. Raheem Sterling is still very, very young in it, and I think he's someone who could actually get the job done. He's a world-class player.
Yeah. All right.
Who's your pick, Spazon?
I think Van Dijk is going to get it next year. Is there anyone
that means you think Liverpool are definitely going to either win the league or Champions League next year?
Yeah, I think they're going to win the league next year, definitely. Who else could get it?
From to give you some advice.
Yeah.
Maybe Kevin De Bruyne. if Man City win the Champions League or something like that, like he is someone who could definitely be picking up that trophy.
That's true.
Um,
You see, there's only a possibility over the next 5 years. You've named 3. I've named the 4th. So
yeah, but it doesn't mean like none of those players might win over the next 5 years.
I think Martial has potential to win it. If
your man Vinicius Jr. looks really good for Real Madrid. He's someone who I'm like, maybe it's him. I'm trying to think, is there anyone in the Italian league at the moment? Because like the Italian league sort of come back around. But you know who could do it? Leroy Sané at Bayern Munich. If he continues with Premier League form over in the German league.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a couple of players. But maybe Salah next year.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
They're all fair shouts, you know what I mean? It's sort of getting your crystal ball and, you know, seeing how things go. But again, like that also depends on how their teams do.
Yeah. Same thing with, as you said, with Kevin De Bruyne. But let us know in the comments who you think could be a shining star.
Yeah, who's a future Ballon d'Or winner?
Yeah, or even top 3. It'd be interesting to see because do you think Messi or Ronaldo will be in it next year? Ronaldo will be 36. Messi will be 34.
Yeah, I think there's probably another year of Messi getting the Ballon d'Or. I don't think Ronaldo will be next year.
And because the Premier League is the most competitive league in the world, do you think more and more players in the Premier League will then eventually start getting them to World 11s and
I think the big thing is I think the big thing is to lift the Champions League. At the moment, the Spanish sides still are better at winning the Champions League than the English sides. I know Liverpool are the current champions, but if you look over the last 10 years, like the Spanish teams have dominated the Champions League. So until the English teams can get, 3 out of 5 years lifting the Champions League, I still think the Spanish giants are the teams that people look at as the Galacticos.
Yeah, but that's including Ronaldo, though.
What do you mean?
The Spanish teams winning the Champions Leagues over the last 10 years will be Ronaldo, would be
Messi.
4 of them, and Messi, I think, would have been 2 of them in the last 10
years.
Yeah,
well, no, still definitely, but they're still the teams who I think are the teams that are Champions League favourites, if that makes sense.
I think the English teams are going to dominate more and more over the next few years.
Well, it could be anyone, you know what I mean? Like, Juventus seem to have like a good team that they're building together, even if you take Ronaldo out of there. You know what I mean? Like, they seem to be on their way to build a good team. Bayern Munich are always going to be thereabouts. Like, when's the last time Bayern Munich weren't, quarterfinals, semi-finals, finalists? You know what I mean? They're there every year.
It's because in the Bundesliga, you can take games off almost. You can put a second team out and still dominate.
Absolutely. But I look at Bayern Munich and like they're the Celtic of the Bundesliga. Like, as in, anytime there's a good player at Werder Bremen or there's a good player, Bayern Munich go, we'll have him. And they can even go to Borussia Dortmund, like their biggest rivals, and be like, we'll have him. And then there's nothing they can do about it, which is pretty devastating.
Yeah, it's like that in a few leagues. Marino just said that this week. He said it's like that in a few leagues.
Yeah. So that's the way football goes. I mean, until, Leipzig could change it all. You know what I mean? Their new sort of system that they have of like breeding players seems to work very well for them. So who knows? Maybe in 5 years' time, also they had that big brand behind them, Red Bull, they could challenge Bayern Munich.
Yeah. And else to say on that, on the Ballon d'Or, before we move on to the FA Cup semi-finals?
No, I just think it's a shame that they don't have a winner this year. I feel like they should have just said who the winners were, or they could have done some presentation. They could have done one all in studio and then just have winners and like, congratulations, we'll send you out the trophies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No one would have been against it either. It's just
especially when there's nothing on TV, you can just fill an hour with that.
Yeah. Although those shows go on for way too long.
Oh no, but people would actually be like, "That's how we want the show doing from now on, an hour long, and that's it."
Yeah, but too many people are like, "I have to talk now." Like, yeah, you only brought the waters here, mate. Like,
yeah, it's like, here we have on stage the president of FIFA, and here we have next to him the president of UEFA, and here we have next to him the assistant director of football for France because we're in Paris, and here we have Barry from Energized. Enjoy a 7-minute speech from each of them.
Yeah, where they usually hold it is it's on Switzerland most of the time, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like here's the president of Switzerland.
How they can hide all their money.
Yeah. And here's Roger Federer. Okay, so we get into the FA Cup semi-finals, Ross. Over the weekend,
Two upsets.
Going into the both games, we thought that Manchester City would win, and we thought that Man United would win. Although I did say that if United don't start their best starting 11, they're not going to win. But we'll call a spade a spade. Manchester City lost 3-0 to Arsenal.
2-0.
2-0 to Arsenal. What did you make of this, and how shocked were you?
First of all, I must say, like, absolutely majestic performance from Arsenal. Couldn't believe how defensively sound they were, which is one thing that we never would have said about them before. David Luiz had a fantastic game, and Aubameyang took 2 of the 3 chances that were given to him. The easiest chance he actually missed in the first half, he kicked it straight at the keeper. Couldn't believe it. It was very un-Aubameyang-esque. But no, it was, as people were saying online, an Arteta masterclass. The pupil became the master.
Oh my God! Well said. Well said.
Yeah, and fair play to them. You know what I mean? It's nice to see Arsenal playing the cup final again. I feel like Man City have had such like a stronghold over the domestic trophies over the last few years that it's good to see them out. Although it was interesting enough that Pep sort of gave the narrative that it's harder to win a semi-final than it is to win a final going into that game. I've never heard someone really say that before, but that's what he said, and it looks like it was true. As opposed to the other game, Man United, Chelsea. Look, Chelsea dominated that game from start to finish. And look, I think it's time for Sergio Romero to be handed the gloves and go, you're in, bud. De Gea's cost United 8 or 9 goals, easily his own fault this season. And I think he has to be taken out of the nets.
Yeah, Manchester United lost 3-1 to Chelsea. Going into the game, I thought there was going to be some changes. There was, but to change the tactics like that, also not having the centre back as a substitute, having Dan James and Rashford up front, like neither who can hold up the ball, just none of it made sense, and just none of it made sense. I don't know why you changed the winning formula. Then,
then there you have Captain Fantastic scoring no goal. You know what I mean?
What's this? Oh, Captain Fantastic. Yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. I usually watch every game from start to finish. It was 70th minute, and I turned it off. I was just like, here, I've had enough. If you can't string one pass together, let alone 2, then you don't deserve to have your fans watching you do that. Obviously things happened in the game. I know in the build-up, Frank Lampard was saying United were getting easy penalties, this, that, and the other. United probably should have got a free kick, or I don't know if it was free kick or penalty when Martial. Then the ball went the other half, and they scored. Well, this is, and then I think like a lot of the players sort of went to sleep after when the head clashes happened on the pitch. But Chelsea were alive.
So you cut out a bit there when you were saying the goal in the box.
Yeah, I think it's recording here, so it should be all right. But the Chelsea players stayed awake while United went to sleep while these players were injured. Maybe Harry Maguire should have went off. It was just diabolical, and if you can't string a pass together, that's it. And Chelsea were the better team. And,
no, I do agree. I did feel at one stage. No, I don't know whether I'm making an excuse or not, but after Harry Maguire got the knock on his head, I thought he wasn't the same. And there was one stage the ball was played out right to Willian, and Harry Maguire was there, and he was jogging, and then he was like, "Oh shit!" and then started sprinting. I don't know if you saw that. It was for the second goal, and then I was like, "What is he doing?" Like they just weren't switched on, and it looks like they played a game every 3 days for the last month anyway. I mean, they looked hard, but then again, so have Chelsea, so we can't really, use that as an excuse. At the end of the day, Chelsea were the better team, and we now have an all-London final. Yeah. One thing I will say is that probably did favour the 2 London sides having the game in Wembley.
Yeah, well, here, look, in football, you're pissed off for a day, and then the next day comes around, you're like, right, you have to look forward. You can't keep dwelling on what happened. I think it would have been great for all football fans online to watch the United fans and the Arsenal fans go again, like going back and forth in the build up to this. Like that's one thing I am really, really disappointed with. But you move on, United have 2 more important games. Then the Europa League comes up as well. It's just going to be really, really interesting now, because last year United were going for 4th. Then they petered out. I know the game made a few howlers, but now it seems to be coming back again. So it seems to be happening again, Ross. Do you think it's going to happen again. Because Man United fans are now perking their ears up. They're like, please don't say it is. But what do you think?
Well, I feel like there's that reminiscence of last year where like all the top 4 teams don't want to finish in the top 4 again, and there is that feeling to it. But I also feel that the key players of Man United, they just need to like pull up their socks, dig that bit deeper, and get the job done. I do think that there is a few things that have gone against us. Like we sort of needed Luke Shaw for that game. Brandon Williams is quite good going forward, but not that great defensively in terms of Luke Shaw. Also, I felt, we changed formation for the Chelsea game. I think we need to go back playing our 4-3. That's the formation that's worked since the return of lockdown. So that's the formation we need to play. Don't know why we changed it so much tactically.
Yeah.
And then in terms of a front, we need to play in our strongest front 3. They're our best players. That's who people need to. We need to stick with. And that's who scores goals.
Well, this comes back to Ollie. Ollie's the one to pick the team and change the formation. I think when you're a squad with someone like Pogba who's on the bench, looking at this being a World Cup winner, like France didn't go into that World Cup final going ultra defensive.
No,
well,
absolutely
is
not.
Is Ollie the right man?
I think it's harsh to criticise him and say he's not the right man when, since lockdown, like everyone's saying he is the man. But, for me, this is like the third performance in a row that's been uninspiring. I wasn't inspired by Southampton. I wasn't inspired by Crystal Palace, and I wasn't inspired by this game. So, look, you also don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know how tired these guys are. You don't know if they have any niggles and they're playing throughout them. So it is tough to call. But at the end of the day, Man United fans expect the results, and that last game just wasn't good enough.
They didn't even get going.
If Romero was in goal, he probably would have saved all 3 of those goals, and then it would have been 0-0.
1-0.
Well, he would have saved our goals anyway. I don't know whether we would have still got the penalty. I don't know what way the game would have went, but he would have saved all 3 of those shots. I'm very confident saying. Yeah. At least the first 2 anyway.
When we were hockeying teams, Ross, I was like, I'm looking forward to the first big test, which is obviously going to be Chelsea in the semi-final. And we did not pass that at all. We didn't, majority of the players would have got a 4 out of 10 or less.
So, does it make you nervous, the Europa League?
Well, to be honest, if you know you get top 4, I don't care about the Europa League. Literally don't care.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they have to beat West Ham. They sort of need to beat West Ham by 20-0 to give them that extra edge going into the Leicester game. But Leicester look like they're a mid-table team that are already on their holidays. So hopefully that form will continue for them. Yeah.
It just goes to show that United need to invest ASAP. Yeah. Look at the way Chelsea, they just gave us a hide in there. And they have 3 players coming in now of top talent. Like obviously Kai Havertz is meant to be going in, but they've already signed Werner and Ziyech. So, and United are just like, hopefully we get Sancho. So things need to be sorted. The goalkeeping situation is also a big thing to look at. But we'll be going over everything. The last day of the season is on Sunday. So we'll be coming out with a preview on either Thursday or Friday. So we'll let you know that. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. And if you want to make sure not to miss it, hit the bell and subscribe on this video. The FA Cup final will be on Saturday, the 1st of August. Manchester City against Arsenal. I think that sort of sums it up. Barry says Virgil van Dijk should win the Ballon d'Or. I said Lewandowski. Let us know. Maybe we'll do a poll on the Baz. We get to 2 guys and we'll see who people think should have won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, that's a good show. Ross, there is obviously a few games going on this week. Some of them are important, some of them aren't. I was looking like today's fixtures don't really seem that important. Today's Monday. We're gonna. It's not right to give out who will come top 4 today when we're going to come out and we'll know exactly what there is.
Whatever on the same end of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time in ages. So guys, make sure, as Barry says, like, share, subscribe, and as always,
stay energized.